"We ain't going back." That's what dozens of people chanted at the state capitol Tuesday afternoon. But at the long Senate committee meeting that followed,
all right, we're back live, almost 2 o'clock in the morning.
Lawmakers approved this new map of Louisiana's congressional districts. It would essentially undo a recent change to the map that gave more power to Democrats and black voters. The Supreme Court ruled that change was an illegal gerrymander based on race. At the meeting, there were hours of public comment, almost all against the proposed map.
Everything I have ever learned about representation, Louisiana has repeatedly proven to be untrue.
Lawmakers also debated amongst themselves and questioned Jay Morris, the Republican state senator who authored the bill proposing the map.
You want to expand Republican representation in Congress, is that correct?
Correct.
How many Democrats are registered in this state?
I don't know. It's roughly a third Republican, third Democrat.
Finally, at 2:25 in the morning,
Senator Duplessis?
No.
No. Senator Fazy?
Yes.
the committee approved Morris's map with a few amendments, making it essentially a compromise. It still has a few more rounds of approval to go, but if the governor ends up signing it into law, this is what will be used in the 2026 midterm elections. It looks very similar to the map used in the midterm elections from 2014 to 2022. In both, District 2 is centered on New Orleans, and it's the state's only district with a majority of black voters and Democratic voters. It looks very different from the state's current map that was used in the 2024 midterm elections. That one has 2 majority black and Democratic districts. It was drawn after a different Supreme Court decision ruled the 2014 map unconstitutional. Now, thanks to this latest Supreme Court decision, the state could essentially go back to it. Now that the Senate committee has approved the map, it will go to a vote in the full Senate. After that, the House. If it passes there, it will go to the governor's desk for a signature.
That vote to approve that map came just before 4:30 this morning.
Yeah, they were up really early. We were listening to hours of testimony, even last night going into the morning after another marathon of public comment Friday forced the committee meetings to stretch to the early morning hours. So that debate became heated at times, with the chair of the committee even calling for a brief recess. Democratic legislators, they argued that these maps don't need to be drawn right now and the congressional election should not be suspended. Meanwhile, Republican legislators argued the other side was ignoring the Supreme Court's ruling and the state should not draw maps based on race.
Why do you feel the need to draw them at this time?
So we'll have maps to have an election on this fall.
Okay, but we were already having an election, will we not?
We can't have an election on unconstitutional maps. It's pretty simple.
Where did the Supreme Court say that in the ruling?
It said the maps are unconstitutional.
I've been listening to some of the questions, Senator Morris, from my Democratic colleagues, and I often wonder if they're selectively ignoring portions of the Calais decision and the whole reason why we're here.
So the public comment that we listened to overwhelmingly was in favor of keeping 2 majority black districts. We'll have more testimony coming up tonight at 6. More updates from the Capitol this afternoon. The Senate voted to skip sending the map to the Finance Committee. Now, this clears the way to begin debate in that chamber tomorrow morning. The Senate also sent a bill to the governor's desk to set the congressional election date on November 3rd. It returns to an open primary for that election cycle only. We'll be back in Baton Rouge tomorrow morning. Looking for the latest updates on our website and our free smartphone app.